There's a storm coming.
Why don't you just kill me?
Every saga has an end, and every chapter has a story to be told. This is the making of The Dark Knight Rises. Christopher Nolan's dark interpretation of Batman has taken the world by storm, making over $1 billion with just 2 movies. In the third and final part of his epic trilogy, he intends to bring the story to a satisfying conclusion.
These 3 movies have been amazing to forge. Being given the chance to take the character on this journey, bat nipples and all, and create a world which feels so real. I couldn't be happy with how it's turned out.
Actor Christian Bale, known for his hot temper on set, feels similarly.
What the do you think you're doing? You're a fucking idiot! I'm trying to do a fucking interview here, and you're breathing in my fucking vicinity! You cock-chugging, whore-ing, bag of twatitude!
This is the 5th film in a row that Christopher Nolan has had Michael Caine involved with.
I'm very glad to be involved in another production with Chris.
This is because Caine is Nolan's much older conjoined twin.
It's a pleasure to be working with you too, Mike.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Gary Oldman returns once again as Commissioner Gordon. Of course, as we all know, Gary Oldman actually died in 1987 and is now a complex marionette.
I love Batman!
After a head injury whilst filming Kiss the Girls in 1996, Morgan Freeman has been under the impression he's his detective character Alex Cross, and has kept attempting to solve murders on the sets of his movies since then, often accusing male cast and crew of knowing where the girl is. Mr. Freeman, aren't you black?
It's a common mistake. I'm always filmed in shadow. When did you last see the girl?
Mr. Freeman?
Cross. Alex Cross.
I don't think Alex Cross ever introduced himself like that. Are you thinking of James Bond?
I said, where's the girl?
Each of the movie has their own theme. Begins was about fear. Dark Knight was about chaos. And Rises is about vertical movement in an upwards direction. And cake. In fact, all bread-related products. It's mostly inspired by yeast.
The core cast returning, and the underlying theme established, it was up to Nolan's brother Jonathan to craft the perfect story.
I'm Jonathan Nolan, and I wrote The Dark Knight Rises.
Certain considerations had to be made for the final chapter in Nolan's saga. Bale refused to play Batman if Robin was going to be in the movie.
I just f***ing hate children. And worse than children, I hate f***ing acrobats. Hey, are you thinking? What the f*** do you think you're doing thinking when I'm doing a f***ing interview?
The script set, it was time to fill the gaps in the cast. The auditionees ranged from Keira Knightley and Kate Mara to Gemma Arterton and Christian Bale, who was later reminded that he was already playing Batman in the movie. Over the previous 2 movies in the trilogy, Bale can be seen in the background of his own scenes disguised as many female characters. No doubt that will continue into the 3rd chapter. Instead of casting Bale as his own love interest, the production team hired one of the most perfect women in the galaxy to play Selina Kyle, Anne Hathaway.
Oh, it was a dream come true playing Catwoman. Better than hosting the Oscars or having sex scenes with Jake Gyllenhaal in the gay cowboy movie.
Hathaway had a rigorous training regime to get her fit for the movie.
I spent 6 months living with cats to get into the role. It was definitely my most demanding role to date. More demanding than having sex scenes with Jake Gyllenhaal in a second movie or being in 2 Princess Diaries movies. Unfortunately, it was also my least nude, so I had it written into my contract that in every scene I'm nude under all my clothes.
Batman creators Bill Finger and Bob Kane were the inspiration for Mr. and Mrs. Thornton of chocolate fame to name their child Billy Bob. Billy Bob Thornton would then go on to have sex with and be married to Angelina Jolie, who would look great dressed in a Catwoman costume, or a Batgirl suit, or anything, pretty much. We'll be back after these messages. Batman gained his automated grappling hook after the 1989 movie. He also gained suspension of disbelief that Michael Keaton could be menacing to anyone. And now back to the making of The Dark Knight Rises. Tom Hardy was cast after Christopher Nolan saw Hardy's performance in Star Trek Nemesis, a movie Nolan still to this day proclaims saved the Star Trek franchise.
After Heath Ledger's performance in the last movie, I've got big shoes to fill. I think we can agree that nobody can really top Heath's performance. So there was only one option to make the character of Bane equal. And that was to make him unintelligible.
What? What?
The mystery about what he's saying will drive the character and the story forward, way beyond Ledger's Joker. Wait, so you can't understand anything I say in this movie? And that's what makes this movie surpass the last. The mystery of what anyone's saying.
It's not only Bane whose dialogue is impossibly hard to understand. After seeing the impact of distorting Hardy's dialogue, director Christopher Nolan redubbed the entire movie in a language he concocted himself.
It was the next logical step. You want mystery? You want intrigue? Why not make a $250 million movie in a fictional language with no subtitles so the entire audience is on the edge of their seats trying to keep up?
Won't a lot of the story get lost in translation?
What story? What does he mean, what story? This movie being The Dark Knight Rises, it was important to show, you know, the Dark Knight rising. It was important we shot an IMAX because IMAX is bigger than regular film. And this movie is bigger than most. Most of what we shot wouldn't fit on a normal film.
Couldn't you just have used different lenses or move the camera further back?
I never thought of that. Wally, why did we shoot an IMAX?
This is a big movie, and it wouldn't fit in a normal film.
See, I told you.
This interview is too big to fit on your little camera. You should shoot it on IMAX.
That's not how cameras really work.
I said on IMAX!